Well, initially when we started, our biggest challenge was to do something that we were told couldn't be done. We were buying a farm arm's length outside of the family, and a big farm. So that was a challenge right from the get-go. We had a lot of people tell us that it couldn't be done, and we had banks tell us that we were off our rocker and there was no way the numbers were going to work, but it was up to us to convince them that we could do it, and we had Corsons on our side to help in that process. So that was the first hurdle. We did something that couldn't be done. So once we had done that, we figured, well, we'll tackle something else. And it's slightly different than other businesses, but we spend a lot of money just to keep everything operating, and almost all of that money is spent right here in Antigonish. Yeah. So it's not like there's a lot of money leaving the province. It just stays right here. People that work here, our suppliers are almost exclusively local.
I think sometimes it's nice for agriculture to be recognized as a business, because that's indeed what it is. You know, we're very passionate about what we do, but it's by no means a hobby. And we live where we work, which is a little bit different, but it's not a lifestyle or solely a lifestyle. It really is a business, and just like every other business, we have goals that we have to achieve within 1 year and within 5 years, and you have that long-term plan, and you work sort of every day towards meeting those goals, just like any other business would. And certainly we think we've had a lot of help right from getting into the industry, and a lot of credit goes to the Holsteins, you know, for allowing us to have that opportunity to run a business like this.
Well, it's great. It's just the type of young entrepreneurs you like to see win. You know, they took on a big farm, and you know, that has its challenges. As you know, farmers, you're depending on weather and lots of factors. And then they had the fire there. It didn't deter them. They just right away start planning for their future, their new buildings, and you know, that all takes risk, and they're risk takers. They know they have to do that to build a successful business down the road, and they're willing to do that. So I think that's why they're successful.
The first 9 years we were farming, we spent a lot of money on our facilities that we had at that time, trying to make them as efficient as possible. Quite a bit. It was a lot of sweat, and it was hard work, and we changed the barn as much as we could afford to make it more comfortable for the cows and more comfortable for the people that worked for us, and ultimately a little bit more profitable and efficient. And then after those 9 years, I should say, just when we pretty much finished completing the renovation, we lost everything in the fire. Everything. After that, looking at everything that was destroyed, you had to take positives from it. It'd collapse on the weight of the stress. So we decided, I don't know if we ever decided, we probably just never had any doubt that we were going to rebuild it and just go at it again. Hoe a new row.
You know, people in business go through a lot of stuff. But I think once you go through something like that, which I haven't and don't want to, from losing your business and your livelihood to losing your own home, you know, and then obviously in the process, you know, quite possibly almost losing your family. You know, the danger was there. And I mean, a lot of people wouldn't have basically started all over again and put their neck on the line and gone out and spent the money that they spent and basically build a bigger and better business, you know, and they're standing today for it. So I just know what it takes to do that, and there's not a big portion of the population that could pull that off, and we've got tremendous commitment and heart.
Well, Open Farm Day is an initiative that happens in Atlantic Canada, and we've participated every year since its inception, with the exception of the 1 year that we had our fire. And for us, it's a real opportunity for us to educate everybody that lives not just in the local Antigonish area, but we've had visitors from right across Nova Scotia and beyond. through Open Farm Day and through other things that we've done with 4-H or Girl Guides, Boy Scouts, tour groups that come, we've probably had over 3,000 people visit our farm. And for us, it's not just visiting the farm, but it's learning about how food is produced and what we do every day, so that they have that understanding of why we do certain things and why we have to do certain things for their food to be the quality it is and to be as safe as it is.
You see here, this is just the recipe of what the cows get. Each side of the barn gets something else different to eat depending on their level of production. So what we would do is every day we mix a certain recipe for each side of the barn, and that's the same thing every day, so it's very consistent for them. Like I said, cows don't like change. We try to keep it as even as we can, and that's what makes them most happy. We measure exactly what they give us. We know what their requirements are to maintain themselves, and we measure what's in their milk, so how much butter fat they take off themselves to make, and then we formulate a ration according to exactly what they produce. So I'm 100% sure that cows are fed better than people. A lot of people are 2 or 3 generations removed from the primary production of food, and we like to keep them informed as to really what's happening at the farm level, so they make educated choices when they go to the grocery store.